Today we try to figure out how much tone really is in the fingers. Hey guys, my name is Kris.
And I am clueless and guitarless today.
And here's your name in case you're wondering. Choose one.
Yeah. I just got back from holiday and I have no idea what we're doing.
We're going to be playing the same rig, and I want to figure out how different we sound.
Oh.
Because that's like, you know, the standard stuff, like you need good gear to sound good, and then people will say, no, it's all in the fingers. Tone is just in the fingers, and Steve Vai could play the cheapest practice amp and he would still sound like Steve Vai.
Yeah.
So let's try to figure
I don't like the concept. It's just going to expose how bad of a player I am next to you.
So I want to do 2 rounds. Let me know if you want to do it differently. I would set up a sound, play a lick, whatever.
Okay.
And then you would play something very similar, like the same chords or same melody, but in your way, like how you would play that lick with this sound.
I can only play it that way.
But that's I think the only good way of doing it, because if we play exact the same notes, then it's just gonna be some kind of robotic repetition of someone else's playing, which is not ideal if we're talking about music, at least in my book.
Just basing the same kind of chord progression thingy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay, so
may I add?
Please do.
Because now it would be interesting, once I'm done with like showing how much worse I am, can I then like see if I can find my comfort zone within that sound?
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah,
cool,
of course, because I'm guessing you would prefer like different tones anyway. And even if you play my setup, you would just play different things on it. I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. What if I roll the volume back a little bit? What if I? Okay.
So let's not forget about inspiration. Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. So first lick. G major 7, not sure where it came from.
It sounded good though.
Okay, let's not change anything and play the same chords in your way.
All right.
By the way, thanks Andy Timmons for these inspiring,
as always,
chords.
At the end of every video.
Yeah.
Thanks Andy Timmons, by the way.
It's just so interesting how different you sound.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm maybe less familiar with playing it too. I didn't like try and add as much stuff. I honestly don't. It did sound different.
Yeah.
But maybe I went there.
Yeah.
I went a little bit more.
The phrasing was way more Hendrixy, like old school kind of funk, blues, rocky, whatever.
I wasn't sure that would work, to be honest.
It did. It definitely did. Like tonally, the only difference that I could, say right now was that the blooming of the notes, if that makes any sense. Like I really love this kind of tone for that pick attack. Like if you hit harder, then it sort of opens up, and then it turns into some warm, nice tone if you just don't hit that hard. So I tend to do that all the time. And for you, I felt like it was way more like unified or more subtle altogether, the whole playing?
Yeah, I get that. Okay. I think I do have an explanation for that. And it might be coming from the fact that that kind of tone is usually not my guitar on 10 tone.
Okay.
Like, I'd usually have maybe a little bit more grit than that.
Okay.
Even more so in the fourth position.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have a little bit more grit on the overall sound and then go down to fourth and then back up to like, 7-ish on the guitar.
Okay.
But that wouldn't be my maximum kind of sound. Okay. So yeah, I feel like that kind of like it's like that's the kind of sound I'd use for like a. Kind of down a little bit and finger picked, so that would be my clean sound.
Okay. Then so this kind of dirt, and then go back with the volume, and maybe fourth or second position.
Then that would be my sort of medium gain setting, and then I have an extra drive.
Okay. But how would you? This is what you would do with this kind of drive setting.
Yeah.
Okay,
If I were to demo that,
yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
But that's a cool sound. And
by the way, in case you were wondering what it was the double trouble clean drive sound side going into the Archer, which has the gain on 0 basically, just to boost the mids just a bit. And then we had the Starlight for delay and what was it? The Golden for reverb. Yeah. So and the Rev D20 clean.
As usual.
Yeah, not distorting at all. All right, I want to see your sound. Can you set up something that you would feel comfortable with? Play something and I'll try to match it in my way.
Yes, sir.
It's so you. Like I always hear that kind of mid-range.
No surprise whatsoever.
Even though there was no green pedal on.
Yeah.
Like normally he would go for like a TS kind of mid-pushy drive.
Yeah, if I were into the right amp for that, definitely. The Deluxe Reverb, for example.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
We're staying in the same amp just to make things a little bit simpler, and there's already quite a bit of mid-range.
Yeah, and what was this? This was the Archer into the Pantheon, right?
Yes. Archer boosting into it. Everything just a little bit higher, because I think the Archer sounds better.
If the gain is
because that's what I was missing a little bit in your town. Just a little bit more grit and a little bit more color from the Archer.
Yeah.
And then could always back down a little bit. But let's see. See where you take that. Well, your ending was cleaner.
The more gain you have, the less you hear a difference in just playing rhythm.
Yes.
Right? Like, let's say I get to play Slash's rig, his Crank Marshall, and whatever, his Les Paul. I will probably sound similar to him while I'm sticking to chords and just rhythm and fiddle, big old things. As soon as he starts phrasing, he will sound like Slash. And I won't.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. If you have more gain and you play melodic stuff, your note selection, your vibrato, your, how many tones you play, how many notes you want to shred or just stick to a few notes, that makes you sound like you. The lower the gain is, the more it matters how you pick your dynamics, your picking style.
So metal players out there, you're safe. You can, just like go on with the reviews online and everything. Blues players, be mindful of how clean the sound actually is.
Okay, more on that in a sec. Let me try to show how or what I would play with that kind of tone you just set up. That's the neck pickup on volume tone like 2-ish, 2, 3. Why? Because I kind of felt like this harsh upper mid-range, which is awesome if you're playing in a band, is just a bit too much for my taste.
Yeah.
Different players, different touch, different playing style, and you play a lot of slide where you want that mid-range because that's what gives you that howly, sustainy
and the
tone.
high end comes from the slide.
Exactly.
That's
so
true.
I think I would prefer this kind of super mid-range tone with just less presence and just go for that sort of woolly, pretty, crunchy, nasty tone.
Yeah. It works. That's definitely a sound I'd use as well, and that kind of makes my point for me is the fact that setup will take you from there to like super
you can
lead,
still,
and you can go pretty much anywhere just with the guitar control without having to touch even the delay and reverb. They're in a place where it's not too much for rhythm parts, and it's not too little to have like a dry lead section. So
it doesn't sound too dry.
I like you were inspired. I like that.
You were touching on that metal players. You can still watch reviews and all the blues player stuff. No. Actually, it's a very good point. If you are into like higher gain tones and you're into someone plays them with big old power chords, you can sort of guess like that's the kind of tone you will get at home if you get that amp or plugin or whatever it is. As soon as there's less gain, you have to find the right kind of presenter. I think that's what's important if you are into like clean or cleanish, low gain kind of sounds. You have to look for those players who sound familiar, like how you would also play, or someone who makes you feel like, oh, that's the kind of player I would love to listen to and maybe play myself as well, because that's gonna help you. I guess that's how I would put it with the low gain reviews stuff and like demonstration stuff.
I couldn't have said it better. I actually said it worse. No, I like that. It makes for a good, takeaway from that video. I think that's a good moral to that story. Is like, it does matter. It doesn't matter as much depending on which context, but it's there.
Yeah, but about that, Steve I could play beginner's rig and would sound awesome. Yes, he would, and he would play awesome, but he would not enjoy himself that much. And that's I think what many sort of forget, that a good player will sound good with a not very awesome rig, but he will not enjoy it. So why would he? And that's the point, like where you should also pay attention to what you're playing, because at the end of the day, you will end up playing more because you just have goosebumps while playing and hearing your sound. I think that's why I got into this whole nerdy stuff, as getting into amps and guitars. And we want to know what you guys think about this whole finger thing. Did you hear any difference at all? I mean, it felt different for us, for sure. But you guys get to listen both tones without playing any of it, so it's a different perspective. Let us know in the comment section below.
While you're down there, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're putting out a ton of videos. We hear a lot.
Oh yeah,
it's fun. Have a great time. In the meantime, we'll catch you guys in the comments, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.